Hey y'all, welcome back to the channel. This video is one that no one on YouTube requested. However, in my everyday life throughout the year, I often have coworkers and friends ask me, how the heck do you stay organized and juggle all the things that you juggle in your life? And I often tell them it's because I write everything down. I have a terrible memory, so I not only need to write things down, but I also need things in front of me. So I am a big lover of kind of analog paper planning, even though I do use electronic kind of calendar keeping. I'll explain that in a second, but this video I am recording mainly so that when people ask me, I can actually just refer them to this video. And I hope that you will also find this helpful. If you are a lover of planners and paper and stickers and all those kinds of things, then I hope that you will consider subscribing to the channel. I often share just my love for lots of stuff, but definitely stickers and planners and journals. I find that those are really key tools in my own personal mental health journey, and also just to keep myself encouraged. And what I mean by that is paper planners often, for me, the most encouraging thing about them is that I can look back and see all of the things that I accomplished. So whether that's in a particular day, a week, a year, having something on paper that I can actually flip through and remind myself like, oh yeah, you did that, you checked off all of these things, is actually really encouraging to me. And I know for me personally, throughout the year, I can feel like I am drowning in a to-do list and like nothing is ever getting done. And that is actually not true, but that's what my mind tells me. So I like having paper planners and notebooks and journals so that I can actually look back and see proof that everything is okay and that I have gotten a lot done. I've been productive. Sometimes I've not been productive, right? Let's be honest. But in the grand scheme of things, usually when I look back at my paper planners, I can see what all has happened and recognize that maybe some of those negative thoughts that I'm having about not accomplishing certain things isn't true. So I hope that that is an encouragement to you. I have used all different types of paper planners over the years. One of my favorites is the Laurel Denise planner that opens up and has all kinds of space to plan in. However, that big Laurel Denise planner, if you know what I'm talking about, it takes up a lot of space. Actually, do I have it? I have my 2025 planner right here. So this is the Laurel Denise planner. They used to call it the horizontal. I think now it's called the Nancy. I can't remember. This is an amazing planner. I love it. Let me see. I think December, I have already moved into my new planner, so I can show you kind of December. And you can see, like, I can't even get it all in the camera frame. Now, they do make a smaller, like a mini version of this. So if you like this, definitely check it out. Another small business, so definitely want to support them. But I love this planner because you can see your month, you can see your week, and then I can see kind of over here it says to do, and then this week, so I can kind of see like a bigger picture of my week, maybe what my priorities for the week are, any other notes that I need for myself in that week. And then when I flip to the next week, I can still see the full month. And then over here on the right hand side, I can see kind of other monthly to-dos, and then they have a habit tracker page. So I'm just sharing this because this has been, Laurel Denise has been my planner for the last 3 years, and I've used different sizes and things like that. I put these stickers on here. The planner, this particular one was just this evergreen color, but this was my 2025 planner. I love it. However, it is a big planner. It's great when I am at home on my desk, but I've found that I need to have something that's a little bit more mobile that I can carry around. What I found that I was doing a lot this year, I'm already talking last year, it's still 2025. as I'm recording this, but what I found I was doing a lot was when I would go out of the house, if I had to go into the office for work, or if I just had to go run errands and things like that, I would then have to pull out something else and make notes on it and then carry that piece of paper around. And it just felt like that was too much to have to do. And then I would come back and then check things off in my planner. It worked for a while, but I want to try a new system. If you do the Laurel Denise planner, what I used, and this is actually from the Loved and Blessed shop, but I just used this notepad, and I would write down the things that I needed to do while I was out and then just take this sheet with me. So that's how I used this planner. But like I said, Laurel Denise does have smaller size planners, so definitely check them out. And I'm actually going to use one of their planners for part of my content planning along with a Archer and Olive notebook. If you want to see content planning, Loved and Blessed, organizational stuff, you can check out separate videos, but I don't want to make this video too long. This is just generally how do I organize my life. These are what I'm calling my planner stack. Now, mind you, 2 of these are a planner, this is a notebook, but they all kind of work together. I'll start with my main planner. So my main planner is going to be this Sterling ink planner. This is the B6 horizontal planner. If you are interested in that, I will try to remember to link everything that I mention down below. Almost everything that I'm showing you today is from a small business and small women-owned businesses. So please do check them out and shop with them. As I said I've said in some of my other videos, I am not an affiliate for any of these. I don't get commission on any of this. This is literally just, I love these products. And I also own a small business. If you haven't checked it out, it's loved+blessed.com. So I just like shouting out other businesses when I use their products, and they're good. All right, so I'm going to slide this over for a second so I can get this open in the view. So basically what I've done is I have taken this planner, and if you want to see a full review of this actual planner without all of the setup stuff that I've already done in it, obviously you can go to the Sterling Ink YouTube channel, and there's some great videos there. But just to show you how I've set it up, basically when I open the planner, basically we've got a year at a glance page, which is typical of most planners. So again, the tips and things that I'm sharing in this video, you can do in whatever planner that you have. But I like to use this as just important dates. So this is like birthdays, anniversaries, things like that. Because this planner is a B6 size, so it's a smaller planner, it doesn't have a lot of room to write in, so I basically have just taken like a mild liner or a dot marker and highlighted the dates, and then on this piece of paper that I have just washi taped in here, this piece of paper is from Archer and Olive. I have taken this piece of Archer and Olive collage paper and then these Archer and Olive stickers, just written, or not written, sorry, stickered, is that the right word? Important dates here. And then on the back of this, which I won't show you because it has people's birthdays, I have written what these highlights are. So whose birthday it is, whose anniversary it is, whose graduation date it is, that kind of thing. And these stickers are from Simple Paper Co., which is again another small business that I would love to shout out, and I will link in the comments below. This doesn't have anything super personal, so I can show it to you. This page in this planner is blank. It's just blank grid paper. You can see down here, it's just like blank dot grid paper. I have decorated it with a combination of stickers from Simple Paper Co., Archer and Olive, and then these boxes I think are from Live Love Posh, which is again another small business. I like to have a page in my planner that I can go back to that is my encouragement. Again, I'm all about living encouraged, and so for me, I know there are times throughout the year where I just get discouraged. Now, some people do use this as a vision board page, but for me, a vision board has more to do with what I want to accomplish or my hopes and dreams for the year. Whereas this is literally a page of encouragement. So this is when I get discouraged, when I'm in, June in this planner and I feel like I can't wait for 2026 to end. I can go back to here and read this page. And so on here, there are stickers that I have put in here that are just encouraging quotes. I've written some scriptures to encourage myself that are specific to this year and this season in my life. And I have some little personal notes that are written under these washi stuck-in pieces of scrap paper, so that when I take this planner out in public, when I have it at work, I don't mind if somebody happens to see this page that has like scriptures and, you know, encouraging stickers on it. But there's some personal things that I've written to myself that I don't want to forget in the year, and so I just kind of hide those with these pieces of scrap paper that I've just cut out and stuck in there. And so like I wrote myself a note of encouragement here, and then there's another one that's under here. This is my page of encouragement. As an aside, I also have a folder on the desktop of my computer where I save encouraging things, whether it's in the email or something like that that someone sent me. If you watch any of my other videos, you've probably seen me show my encouragement jars where I print out things that are encouraging that people say to me or send me that I want to not forget. I am definitely, if you have not figured this out already, I'm definitely a person who needs something in front of me. If I put something in a drawer, I will forget it's there. I like to have things in front of me, visible, that I'm going to see all the time for encouragement. In this planner, she also has this page, which is basically the goal setting page. And I like it because it has someday goals, 1 year goals, half year goals, quarterly, monthly, weekly, daily. You can use this in a bunch of different ways, whether it's different goals for each of these or whether it's a big picture someday goal, the things that you want to do in 2026 as your 1 year goal, and then the goals that, or the steps or indicators that you would need to check off daily, weekly, monthly, quarterly, and in 6 months in order to achieve this 1 year goal. So you can use this page a lot of different ways, and I have just decorated this so that I have different categories of my life. And again, these are specific to this year, but basically it's home and personal, work, and loved and blessed, and then some family things that I want to do in 2026. So I wanted to show this before I actually populate it with personal stuff that, you know, I don't necessarily want on the interweb. I'm just going to put my hands over this and talk about it. This is where I basically keep track of, I work in HR outside of as my day job, and professional development and career coaching, all that kind of stuff. And I have to track a lot of stuff, a lot of people's professional development schedules throughout the year. And so I use this yearly calendar that she's put in here to track when I need to send things out, when I need to check in with people, when I need to submit reports and things like that. And that's how I use this. You can use this all different ways. People use it as a weight tracker. People use it as a health tracker, book reading tracker. You can use this all different kinds of ways, but that's how I use this. I actually have another Sterling ink planner that I started and did not finish. Not because I didn't finish it, but because I bought it towards the end of a year when it was on sale. So I basically didn't use the whole thing. So I had a blank one of these spreads in that planner. What I did was I actually cut it out of the planner and washi taped it into this one in the back where the note section is. So I actually have 2 of these perpetual calendars, so I can show you kind of what it looks like without all of my writing in it, and you can see how you could possibly use this. But I'm going to use this one to track my weight, even though I have a separate health planner, which is this, which I'll show you in a second. But I'm going to use this to specifically track my weight just because I want to have a whole year view of where I started out the year and then where I ended the year based on my health and wellness goals. But this is what that perpetual kind of year calendar looks like without all of my writing in it. All right, let's go back. So after that, then she has these quarterly spreads, and I'll show you, here's a blank one before I stickered it up so you can see what it looks like. So this is the Q2 one. It's got priorities, April, May, June. You can use this obviously however you want. And then it has April, May, June, and again with the daily calendar here that you can check off. I'm using this as a habit tracker for like my personal habits that relate back to my personal goals. You can obviously use this however you want, But here is the Q1 spread that I already kind of decorated. These stickers are from Simple Paper Co. These gold, really pretty gold and ivory letter stickers, alpha stickers, are from Archer and Olive. And these little encouragement stickers are also from Archer and Olive. And so you can see here for January, I've already written in some of the things that I want to track, which is daily Bible study, daily prayer, daily hanging out basically inside of my Loved and Blessed ladies community, and Spanish, which I am still trying to become fluent in. And then I'll have some additional things that I'm going to be tracking that I'll list here. And then basically I just use a dot marker to go in every day, a mild liner or a dot marker to go in every day and just note whether I did it or not. This is something to keep me accountable, and so that's why it's important to me. And then this side I actually will use to write down my main priorities and goals for the quarter on all of the areas of my life, whether it is work or personal or health or whatever, just so I can have a whole overview. All right, this planner, like I said, the reason why my Laurel Denise was not filled out for December is because I started to move into this already for December, so I have some notes everywhere. But I decorated this December spread. This is a December 2025, just for Christmas, just for fun. These stickers are all from Simple Paper Co. But to show you what it looks like not decorated, and I'll explain what this is in a second, but not decorated, here is what the monthly view looks like. This I am going to be using as an overview for content planning. So I keep my schedule in my phone in an electronic calendar. So I do use my calendar on my phone for schedule, meetings, all that kind of stuff, because I like to time block on my phone, and things change so much day to day that I don't have time or patience to change it multiple times in a written calendar. So this spread I actually just use for content planning, and so I'll basically be noting down what I need to post where, and then obviously checking it off once it's done. Again, I have another planner that I use to actually write out the details of the content that I'm going to be posting, but this is just my kind of checklist catch-all planner. This little fancy doodad here, which I love, this is from a company called Aura Estelle. Hopefully you can see the name there. And if you see dog hair on my fingernails, it's because I painted my nails and then picked up my dog before my nails were dry. So don't judge me. But this is called a tip-in, and basically this little sheet has a perforation here, and it had a little piece of double-sided tape basically that I pulled off the back, and then you just attach it to the edge of the calendar page. And in the Sterling Ink Planner, there's just enough space, you can see here, for the tip-in to fit perfectly, even though Aura Estelle does make their own planners. It's another small business, so check them out. But I liked the Sterling Ink Planner, but I really loved these tip-ins from Aura Estelle. So I bought these in the B6 size, and they fit really well in this Sterling Ink Planner. And so again, I said earlier, one of the ways that I keep track of everything is that I need it in front of my face. Y'all saw a second ago when I was showing you the quarterly spreads that it's back here, right? So here's my priorities for the quarter. This is my habits. I look at this habits page every day. However, I'm usually checking off the habits at the end of the day. So it's not as helpful for me during my work day to be focused on my priorities, because I come over here and check off the habits of, did I do my Bible study? Did I do prayer time? Did I post in the Loved and Blessed ladies community and check for comments and hang out with the ladies there? Did I do my Spanish practice? I do that at the end of the day before I go to sleep. So in the morning when I open my planner, I like to be able to have this, which is specifically my goals for the month of January, what I need to get done. I like to have this like this so that when I go to my weekly spread, which is where basically this is what I'm looking at every day, I can still see my monthly goals. So when my planner is open and I'm working throughout the day, this is how it looks. This is where I would have my my weekly goals. Again, I use the horizontal planner, but they do have a vertical planner if you prefer one that, you know, has the dates going vertically with the time from, I don't remember what theirs does, let's say 6 a.m. to 8 p.m. or whatever. If that's what you like for planning, they do have that type of planner, but this is just the horizontal. So you can see here for the week of December 29th, it's got each of the days of the week going across, and then over here is just a blank space. And so I like this because during my week, I can actually be focused on what do I need to get done for the month, and making sure that I have something going on during the week that actually is working towards these goals that I have over here for the month. Right now this is written in pencil because I have not filled it out for January. I will be decorating and filling that out, and then also like setting up this page the way that I like for it to be set up. Probably right after Christmas. Right now I'm waiting for my January Simple Paper Co. stickers to come, and then I'll do that. All right, and then in the very back of my planner, so this is like all of the weekly pages, and then in the back of the planner, it's basically just a bunch of graph grid paper. And so this planner, I cannot remember, but I think there's 200 or 300 graph grid pages, notes pages in the back. They also have a compact version of this, so if you don't need this much blank paper in the back, you can grab that. But traditionally, I've always had a planner and a notebook. So when I was using this year, I had this and I had a physical notebook that I used to write like meeting notes and all that kind of stuff in. So you can imagine me carrying this, my laptop, a notebook. It's just a lot of stuff, and I'm getting too old to be carrying really heavy bags. So I'm hoping that switching to this planner where I have my notes and my plans in one will be a lot simpler and a lot lighter, and maybe I can just like throw this in my purse and just carry my laptop sleeve and be done with my day. But I want to show you just real quick some of the tracking pages that I've set up in this planner, because really that's the beauty of setting up your planner, is that you can set it up specifically for your life and what you need. So this is just a pretty little page that I set up in the planner just to denote that it was going from the last calendar page into my trackers. So in my trackers, I did leave a couple of blank spreads because I want to actually do my full index here. So all of these pages in this are numbered, which is awesome. Hopefully that is in focus, but the pages are numbered. So I like having some pages at the beginning of the note section where I can literally just write down important things and what page it's on. I don't need to do that for every single note that I put in here, but for the tracker pages that I've set up and for like certain meeting notes and things that I need to remember, I like to have a little index that I can flip to throughout the year instead of opening my planner and doing this for 20 minutes to find the page that I wrote something on. So I've left 2 spreads empty. I have then a tracker that I have set up for date nights. So one of my personal goals is to have more date nights with my hubby. And so this is a spread that I set up where I'm going to actually list different ideas. So you can see, move that over. So you can see that I've done a little ideas section here, and so these 3 columns, I'm just gonna, anytime an idea comes to me of, ooh, I want to do this or I want to do that, I'm just gonna write it there. And then over here I have January through December notated, and then the 1 through 31. And so I'm gonna again use a dot marker, and anytime that we actually do one of the ideas, I'll scratch it out and then put a little note or a little dot over here so that at the end of the year I can see how many date nights we had. I lose track sometimes. I'm like, when was the last time we went? Because life gets busy. Y'all know how that is. That is that tracker. Then I have in here a people to see tracker. And so this one really is about life being crazy. And there are so many people in my life, friends, family members, that it's crazy how 6 months can pass and I haven't seen people. I've texted them, maybe I've talked to them on the phone, maybe I've even done a video call with them, but I haven't physically seen them in real life. So I created this spread. These stickers are from Hubman and Chubgirl, another small business that you should check out. But I created this spread just so that anytime somebody comes to mind, I can write their name down here. I've already got a few names populated on here of people that I didn't get to spend as much time with in 2025 that I wanted to. So I've already populated their names here, and then I'm going to be continuously adding to this list and then going back throughout the year and making sure that I am seeing all these important people in my life. Then I've got this reading tracker. So this is a fun little one that I set up. These are actually not stickers. They are those rub-on like transfers. I got these from, I can't remember right now. I don't remember. I know that I'm pretty sure that Simple Paper Co. does sell rub-on transfers, so check them out. I can't remember if that's where I got this particular set from, but I just liked it, and I liked the tone and the colors of it for my reading journal. Some people keep a separate reading journal. I already got enough things to keep track of, so as much as I would love to have a separate reading journal, I have tried in the past, I need it all in one place. So my goal for this coming year is to read, I think it's 12 novels. So yeah, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yes, 12 novels. So at least one a month. So I am going to either write the name or print out a little mini cutout like of the book cover and then just tape or glue them into these boxes. This is where I'm going to keep my list of books that I want to read. I want to read 3 books that are related to spiritual growth, and then I want to read 3 books that have to do with professional development. So it's career, faith, and just for fun. And so this is where I'm going to keep track of my books for the year. I listen to a lot of audiobooks, and I probably listen to 2 audiobooks a month that are generally, most of the time, they're novels. So I'm not going to keep track of those in here. This is going to be the physical paper books that I read. And that's purposeful because I find that when I physically have a paper book in my hands, it's really good for my brain to just slow down and focus on that one thing. Whereas with an audiobook, I can be doing 2 things at once. I listen to audiobooks while I'm cleaning sometimes or doing different crafts. And so this is really just my, did I sit down and read a physical book for all of these tracker. Okay, there was something else I was going to say, but I don't remember, so we're going to keep moving. Goals. This is for financial goals, so if you can see that, I just stuck a little dollars sign sticker there. So this is going to be my financial goals. I have this separate from my main goals because I want to be able to write down what the goal is, how I want to achieve it, what's going to be the benefit of me achieving that goal, again, to encourage myself throughout the year. This is something that I have a whole financial encouragement, box of encouragement on the loved+blessed.com website, so you can check that out for more about like encouraging yourself and budgeting and all that, but that is going to be just what I keep in my notebook. This is my wish list. If you were part of the Love and Blessed Ladies community and did the No Buy November challenge with us, one of the things that I realized is I spend a lot of money on stuff that I do not need. Now, there's nothing wrong with buying things that you want for yourself, but I want to be more intentional in this year. So instead of seeing something and buying it just because, oh, I have the money to buy it, I want to be more intentional. And so I have created this wish list where I'm going to actually write down the things that I want and before I purchase them. So I'm going to write it down. I'm going to take some time. I'm going to think about it. I'm going to pray on it. Maybe journal on it depending on what it is, and then make my purchase. And I'm hoping that there will be a lot of things still on here in December of 2026 because I have not bought every single thing that I have wanted. And I used these stickers, again, the alpha stickers from Archer and Olive, and I just made these little tabs, and then it says stuff I want but don't need. And I've also added these little tabs in mainly because there are going to be things in here that maybe I want that if I'm flipping through my notebook at work, I don't need everybody else to see. So again, I'll probably write those down here just for privacy, and then other stuff that I don't care if people see, I will put here on the top. All right, I am super into Formula One racing. Still love Lewis Hamilton, who is, in my opinion, the greatest of all time. But anyways, my husband and I love Formula One, and I watch the races every season. And so I like to track who won what race, or if there was like something really significant that happened at a particular race. Again, it's just a fun thing to look at the end of the season. And over here, I have actually just put in basically a little tip in of the dates of all of the races so that I can keep track of them. And then on the actual page, I have written out the race, and I use these little flag race flag stickers. I've written out the location of the races, and then under it I will write my little notes. And actually this little piece of paper that matches the planner and these little tabs that I keep showing y'all, they are from, I don't think I can, listen, oh, it's Hobonichi right there. So some of y'all are familiar with Hobonichi if you're super into the planner community, but these are made to go into a Hobonichi planner, which is a different planner, but anyways, don't need to get into that right now. But they work really well. The grid size is almost the same. It's not exactly the same, but the grid size is almost the same as in the Sterling Ink planner, but it's very similar to Moy River paper, and it's great because again it has the sticky and then it folds similar to the Aura Estelle that's perforated. These fold, and so I find that these are really helpful when I run out of space. I didn't want to get a bigger planner, but I knew that some pages I was going to need more space, and so this is just a nice little thing to be able to add in. It also helps throughout the year too, because I use those sometimes just in my regular work notebook that I had been using when I run out of space and need to add something in. This is my gift ideas spread. I'm trying to remember. This sticker is from Rongrong. Yes, Rongrong. I love her stickers. Love them because they're super diverse. She's got all skin tones, body shapes, all that kind of stuff. So definitely check her out. Again, another small business. And then I used the Archer and Olive gift ideas, alphas there, and then this sticker is from Aura Estelle. It came with a purchase. But again, I like to keep a list of just throughout the year ideas of gifts for other people because Christmas rolls around and I can't remember the great thing that I thought of in February for my dad. This page, I've left blank, and then again, here's that yearly tracker that I basically taped in here. So this paper, I cut the thinner yearly tracker pages out of my other planner, and then I used the Archer and Olive collage paper. Let me show you what I'm talking about in case you don't know what I'm talking about. So you can get these from Archer and Olive, which I use you can use them for like card making, planning, journaling, all that kind of stuff. I use these a lot in my journals, and I've mentioned a few times that I've used them in here. So basically this is like one sheet of paper. You can use the whole sheet like I did here, or you can cut it up, which I have also done throughout this book. And I think when I showed you, let me show you this one again. This is another piece of their collage paper. So if you see that, let's see, I should be able to show you because they give you a couple of pieces in here. If I did not use them all, I should be able to show it to you. Let's see. Did I use them all? Oh, no, here we go. So this is what the page originally looked like, and then I just tore it with a little bit of that green kind of like water image showing, and so that's how I got that. And then I just used, again, the Simple Paper Co. washi stickers to attach it to the page. So back to this tracker, I basically glued with just a regular glue, like a tape roller, y'all, I can't talk. Glue tape roller. I glued this to the collage paper. This collage paper, you'll notice, has square corners, and you'll notice that my notebook has round corners. So I have rounded the corner just using, let's see, this is the glue. So it's just like a glue stick. Or, sorry, I keep calling it a glue stick. It's a tape runner. So like a mini glue tape runner, but you could use a glue stick. You don't need to buy this if you have a glue stick. And then I used this, which I don't remember what brand this is, but I used this to round the corner of the page after I glued it so that it would match the planner. And then I just used washi tape. I'm pretty sure that these are from Archer and Olive. I don't know if they're still available because they came with a past, did I buy them I don't remember if it was a subscription box. I don't remember, but these are the washi tapes that I used, and I just used it to connect the page, and then I threw some over here just to make it look like I did it on purpose. And then inside here I actually used this, which is, the brand is called Book Guard. I think I got this from christianbooks.com, but it's actually like Bible repair tape. So I have some old Bibles that the pages are falling out of, and so this tape is super thick but flexible, and it's good to like repair like old books, but I specifically bought it to repair some pages in my Bible. But I used it to actually tape these two pages together from the back, and then I covered the page with the collage paper. So that's a long explanation. I don't know if you all even care, and you can see I cut it a little not perfect, but you can't really tell. And I now have 2 perpetual calendars in my sterling ink. Again, another little tab there for future notes. And then the last tracker, so I just went crazy and decorated this page just for fun to make a big delineation between those other trackers and my home care tracker. I got these stickers from all different kinds of places. This one is from a shop on Etsy. Some of these are from Rongrong. Some of these are from Jet Pins, I think. I don't remember. But I basically made myself what I call my home care checklist, but it's kind of like a chore chart, because I will not remember what day it was that I dusted or what day I did whatever. And I like to have my own chore chart. Yes, like a child, but adults need chore charts too. But this is all of my home care stuff. So for like vacuuming, cleaning, changing the sheets, washing the duvet cover, all that kind of stuff. I like to note it down so that I can find it. Again, I have in the past used apps. Those don't work well for me because I need to physically see, oh, I haven't done this in a while, versus going to the app. Because what'll happen is I'll populate it, the app will be great for the first week, and then I just won't open the app anymore. And I'll just ignore the notifications that it sends me. I basically just drew this in where I've got the month. I just put a sticker in there. I created these lines where I've got the week, because some of my home care chores and errands don't need to be daily, they're just weekly. And then I've got daily. And so I've done this for each of the months, and then I decorated using stickers from Rongrong. And let me see if I can find real quick, because I keep saying Rongrong, and y'all are probably like, what is a Rongrong? That is someone's name, and I'm pretty sure those stickers came from this. Did they come from this? I can't remember if they came from this sticker book or not. They did. Okay. So this is Rongrong, and this is her Better Together sticker book. Again, I love her stickers. This is the one that I was saying is like super diverse. I won't do like a whole flip through in here, but you can see like she's got different ladies, different skin tones, different body sizes. Like the fact that there's a sticker book with a black girl and her natural hair. I love it. You can often find stickers like this on Etsy from individual sellers, but from a small, medium-sized business, it's usually very hard to find stickers that have a diverse showing of people. There's an Asian young lady, blonde girl, a girl in her little tiara in her dress. So here's a good example. Got gray hair, right? Like, I mean, come on now. Love this. So definitely check out Rongrong. But these cleaning stickers came from this book, and I probably used most of them, so you can't. Oh, here we go. So there's a few left in here. So those like little pillow ones or like grocery shopping. So these are all really cute little stickers. So that's where those came from. All right, so March, April, May, June. And I also created, there's like a little notes box over here, and that's also because there are things that I need to remember. So change the order and change the shower filter on our water, right? So this is just a little post-it that I stuck in here where like in the month that I need to do it, and then when I get to May, I'll write it in. So I like to do that just because, again, I will forget once I get there. And then the rest of this book is just notes. And I have used some of my stickers to start decorating the notes pages. So far, for the trackers, so I've got 40 pages of trackers, all of the trackers that I just showed you, and then I left blank up to page 50 just in case there are some additional trackers that I determine throughout the year that I want to add. And then basically at page 50 is where I've started just kind of doing some little pretty decorations to take notes in meetings and other things throughout the year. And these are rub-on transfers and stickers from all different kinds of places. These are from Simple Paper Co. I think I just got these washi stickers from Amazon. This is a Rongrong sticker from one of her sticker books, Simple Paper Co. This is, again, another one of those pieces of collage paper from Archer and Olive. Meeting notes sometimes, because I work in HR, again, I'll write things down in my notebook that I don't want people to see, so these pages are really helpful because I can write the private thing down there. These are also Simple Paper Co. Her stickers are just so pretty. Anyways, y'all don't need to see every single note page, but you get the idea. These are from Archer and Olive, that basically the rest of this is all just going to be my notebook for the year. So this is my main planner. This is the everyday thing that I'm going to be carrying around, and I will be carrying it in this little Moterm, what do you call it? Leather, why is my brain doesn't work? Moterm cover. I'm just gonna call it a cover. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. And it has a pocket in the back where I will be sometimes carrying a journal. Second thing in my lineup that I want to show you is this. If you watched my Archer and Olive December subscription box unboxing, then you have seen this. If you haven't, go ahead and check it out and you can learn more about this there. But she included this little B6 notebook. It's like a traveler's notebook in the December subscription box. And in the notebook, there are 3 different little traveler's notebooks. And so one of them I am using for my future log. I have a lot of things to do, like you do. And oftentimes they are things that I need to do, but I know I am not going to do this week or this month, but they need to get done at some point, or they need to get done in the next few months. And so what I've done is I've just labeled this long-term lists, and I used some Archer and Olive stickers to just decorate, because you know I gotta decorate everything, so that it says future log. And then basically in here, and I'm not going to show you each of the sections because I've already started writing some stuff in it, but each of these, I can see Asher's hair stuck to my nails, y'all. I apologize if you can see that. Anyways, each of these has long-term or future to-dos, and I've categorized them. So like home, personal, loved and blessed, and work. And so I'll show you a blank one. If I open a blank one, what I've done is I have just decorated the page and then used, again, these are from Rongrong, these dots, and these stickers, the little acorns, are from Hubman and Chubgirl. But I basically just decorated each section, color-coded by the category of my life, and just, I like the squirrel stickers, they're fun. And then basically I just list out things that I need to do. Why this is helpful and why I'm going to be sometimes carrying it in here and sometimes it'll be stored in here is because sometimes when I go to the office for work, things will come up that need to get added to my to-do list, but they don't need to get done anytime soon. And so I will write those down in here, which I can keep in that little pocket along with my planner. And again, taking this to work versus taking the bigger planner that I used to use is going to be amazing. But that way, when I am going in and doing my planning for each month, I'm going in, I'm opening the month, I am listing out those goals and tasks and actions, and I'm opening this up to see what do I have listed in here in each of these categories of my life and transferring the ones that I need to work on over here. So that's how I use this. And I use this on a weekly and monthly basis. I don't look at this every day because usually I've transferred stuff from that week. So when I go out of the house for meetings or places where I might need to jot something down, I can carry it in with my planner. When I am in the house or not going out or working from home or whatever, I'll leave it probably in here. And then I'm using the second little notebook in here for budgeting. And again, I won't open this up because, well, I'll show you this. So I've just decorated this first page, but I'm using the other pages in here for budgeting, and I've already budgeted in here for January, so I won't open it up and show you. Right now, this is just blank graph grid paper, and yeah, I can't show you that either. So my first page in here, though, I'll describe it to you. I actually have a budget for the year, and I've noted out what my monthly budget is, and then also what big ticket expenses I know are going to be happening in each month. So that's what the first spread of this is, and then the pages after this will just be each month, my actual budgeting for the month, bill paying, all that kind of stuff. And then this last one I haven't done anything with. This is a lined notebook. I haven't done anything with that one yet. If I run out of pages in this planner, which is possible because I know I said that there's 200 or 300 pages in the back of here, but I write a lot and I have a lot of meetings. So if I run out of paper, then I'll probably just use that one for that. So this is kind of my whole planner situation. And last but not least is my little health planner. This I got from Paper Source, so it's not a small business. Paper Source is now owned by Barnes & Noble, I think. But I love Paper Source. They've got some great stuff in there. This is basically my health planner, and it's supposed to be just like a mini calendar, and I already started this one. So here's January 2026, but you can see I've already actually filled out a bunch of stuff in here because this planner actually started in, let me see, what month did it start in? It started in August of 2025. I can't show you a bunch of pages in here because it's literally like my personal health stuff, but I'll just kind of go like that so you can see that I have definitely stickered it up and all of that. But I'll explain to you how I will be using this. You noticed that here on my habit tracker, I did not have anything for like health and wellness habits. They're more like my personal habits. What am I trying to say? Anyways, so I have like Bible study, prayer, which is health and wellness, but Bible study, prayer, Loved and Blessed Ladies community, and Spanish, right? But for other things that I want to track, like my drinking water, my exercise, my different health symptoms that I may have, my menstrual cycle, anything like that, doctor's appointments, notes from doctor's appointments. So the appointments themselves are in my phone calendar. Like I said, I still keep my schedule electronically, but notes from doctor's appointments I like to keep in one place. So basically each month what'll happen is over here, this is just going to be a list of any major things that are happening. So I recently sprained my ankle, if you've been following along, and I had like first ortho appointment, the big major things. I had the date that I sprained my ankle, all that kind of stuff, because of course every appointment afterwards they ask you what date you did it. So I like to be able to have this little kind of calendar with me. And then on the monthly spread, what I end up doing is over here on the left-hand side, I will color code and note down the things that I'm tracking. And then over here, I will note down when they happened. And then on the weekly spread, I write down notes about the things that happened. For example, with my ankle on the weekly spread, I've been writing down when I took pain medicine, when I didn't. If I skipped other medications that I need to take, I will write that down. There are some medications that I do not take daily, that I take, once a month or things like that. I will write it down that I took it. The reason is because I will sometimes think, did I take my medication? And I can't remember. So you may not need this, but this is what I use. You can see here, I've written down, this is when the next box of my hair color is supposed to ship on January 9th. So this is health and wellness, whether it is medications, doctor's notes, my physical feeling, or things like my hair care. And I will write down in here like the last time that I colored my roots, things like that, just because again, I will not remember, and then I will do things earlier than I intended. I'm trying to see if there's a page that I can actually show you so that you can get a better sense. Here, I'll show you this page. Okay, so here you can see what I mean. So green are my steps, and so don't judge, but this is where I will write down my daily steps. Obviously my daily steps got a little, they didn't, anyways, no excuses, doesn't matter. This is a no judgment zone, right? These are where I'll put my daily steps. The little blue dots is, did I drink, how much water did I drink? If there's 2 dots, it means that I hit my goal. If there's 1 dot, it means that I, basically got halfway there. And then you can see here that I have notated like the date that I sprained my ankle, the date that I had my MRI. The yellow line is, obviously when that started, and the orange line is a different medication that I don't take all month, but I have to take it part of the month just to see when I took it. And it's very, 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 very helpful. I find having this calendar because there's so many things that I don't remember, and it really helps me to know. If you are the type of person like me who will look up and be like, why do I feel so sore today? Or even like, where did that bruise come from? I go back in here and I'll be like, oh, walked into chair, or, didn't take medication for, 2 days or whatever. And it's a lot easier for me to see patterns and things in this than it is in like my phone or other places. So this is my stack. Technically, these are the 2 planners, and this is a more of journals. But because I keep my budget and my future log in here, I am counting them as an extension of my planner. So this is my stack for 2026. I'm very excited about it being so much smaller than it has been in the past. So I'm hoping that this will be much more portable for me. But if you have any ideas, suggestions, if you have planner companies, sticker companies, planner accessory companies that you love, I would love for you to shout them out down below, because especially small businesses, I love supporting other small businesses. Like I said, I am not an affiliate for any of these. Links below may be my referral link, like as a customer, because, that means you might get a discount and I might get a discount too. However, the company's referral program works, but they're not commissionable links. Just noting that in this video. And definitely, if you want to stick around, hear more random information from me. I don't know why I always call it random, but if you enjoyed this video, like it, comment below, let me know what type of content you would love to see from me in 2026. I generally do a lot of encouraging content and faith-based content, but I wanted to do some more just regular life content in this new year. And so I hope you enjoyed this video and will stick around, and I'll see you in my next video very, very soon. Bye.